Hello, these short videos were created to introduce ColumbusFood functionality that are enhancements built seamlessly into the Microsoft Dynamics NAV solution. Using simple examples, we'll highlight key Columbus functionality that is being used by the meat and poultry industry today. For many years, Columbus has worked with various types of meat processors and their product lines. Columbus has the solution, experience, and support to meet processors' unique ERP system challenges. This specific video highlights Columbus Foods co-product and byproduct recipe management, supply-based scheduling, and production recording and reporting. For processors who can have a single production run that have several intended or secondary outputs, Columbus Food offers those processors a co-product byproduct BOM. Each one of these outputs can be packaged into a separate finished good item or used in additional production activities. Equally important, by using Columbus Foods co- and byproduct BOMs, the co-product and byproduct items themselves are properly costed. This co-byproduct BOM has multiple versions. Each of these versions represent a unique process for the intermediates. The certified version is currently being used in production, while this version is under R&D. Looking at the R&D version, the General Fast tab maintains base information about the version. The start and status of these versions can change as often as needed. The Lines Fast tab maintains the actual recipe and possible instructions themselves. This item requires Columbus's pre-process activity, an activity required to be completed prior to the production use of this item. Defrosting, mixing, measuring are other examples. Columbus's lot preferences are assigned to any component item, which requires lot-specific attributes to be considered valid. This ensures the right ingredients are being used to maintain consistent quality. Columbus's unapproved items allow for the R&D to work with recipes to investigate the impact of potentially new items being used. The Equipment Fast tab is where the equipment used in production is assigned. It includes the min and max capacity quantity and the fixed and variable time it takes to produce the items. Routing can be utilized to outline production processes as well. The Cost Fast tab is where processors can enter any activity-based costing incurred during the production of the formula version. The resource that is entered on a line can be a person, machine, or other. The co-product batch size fact box displays the input and output weight for the process version. The co-product cost by weight and co-product cost active give per unit information both about this version and the active version. This is for comparison purposes. This is a finished good item. The production BOM number field maintains the packaging BOM number, and Columbus's production grouping item field is indicating the intermediate item used to produce this finished good item. Looking at the Lines Fast tab for that packaging BOM, we can see it takes a certain amount of pounds of the intermediate item plus packaging to complete. NAV and Columbus offer full production planning and scheduling tools. But here we're focusing on one tool to plan production based on supply that's to be manufactured for a processor. We first run Columbus's supply-driven planning worksheet to filter by location and define how far out we want to view supply and demand. There are 4 panes to display. Pane 1 selects the raw material to process. Pane 2, by entering a quantity to process, selects the production process on that raw material. Pane 3 is informational, giving the anticipated co- and byproduct outputs for that particular process. Pane 4 allows for the processor to plan the packaging options by entering a quantity to package. When all is complete, the processor can see a list of process orders and then package orders planned. Finally, selecting Create Orders will create new production orders based on what has been set. Our final topic is production reporting. Following or during the production process, consumption and output reporting needs to take place. Columbus's experience working with processors is extensive, from a paper-driven after-the-fact process to full real-time consumption and output postings. This includes integration to key equipment like scales and labelers on production lines. Working with any method, Columbus offers a tool called batch reporting. This tool gives the processor a view of the previously posted production activity, while also allowing for additional postings to be made. We've entered in the production orders we created earlier, and the system has pulled up the intermediate and the packaging production orders. There are 3 panes. The first is informational, showing production order numbers. The second, the output pane, is where we can assign lot numbers and enter actual output quantities to post. Remember, each of these are the co- and byproduct from the processing performed. Reviewing and/or entering quantities on the consumption pane, the third pane, gives an over or under quantity variance for analysis. Selecting a lot that does not conform to lot preferences will require confirmation by the user. Next, we'll enter the output and consumption for the second or finished good items. Recording output. Our first finished good item is an exact weight item, so the system calculates the alternative weight for us, compared to the second finished good item, which is a catch weight item, so we must enter the weight of the case. On purpose, we enter a weight outside the tolerance setup, and the system alerts us. This helps to maintain data integrity. Finally, we'll add an additional third line for the packaging items. We do this to indicate that a quantity was scrapped. This improves our yields and costing accuracy. At our first posting attempt, we have the system telling us that one of the item lots has a lot status of scrapped, a status that does not allow for consumption. So we'll switch to the correct item lot, and then the posting process is completed. That completes this overview video. We anticipate you may have more questions, and we welcome the chance to discuss further your business needs. Thank you for viewing.